Alright. Yo. Everyone, welcome to the stream. We'll continue along with a now salvaged version of the file. So, in the end, I couldn't figure out what the heck was actually wrong with the file, but I managed to just use a backup and move some stuff along, and now it is functional again. Alright, so gonna continue along from where we're basically leaving off last time, which is basically the whole of the body was done apart from the hand here, so I'm gonna start with this. Alright, let's have a look at this. Alright. So basically it's just clean up, avoid and start on Alice's parts. Okay, what are we doing here? Let's see. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Want the shade to be setting on. Let's just turn this down for a moment. Oh boy, the shape of the fingers here are really questionable. That should actually work. Oh. Right. I colored a bit and it's not letting me make layers again. Cool. Why is it doing that? It was perfectly fine just a moment ago. Okay, so here it's fine. I make a new layer and then it dies. Why does it die after making one new layer? I can't... There's no way I have the layer limit. I'm allowed 10,000 layers. Okay, Alright, I believe I'll check a look at this, CSP layer count. $1,000 layers? Okay, I might actually be passing that. Alright, hold on. Layer limit. It's supposed to be 10,000 layers. There's no way I'm at 10,000 layers. 1,000 layers I might believe. Oof. The stupidity of some of the parts, but 10,000 there's definitely no way. What is this? Is it really just a freaking layer count problem? So Clip Studio's own website says you can go up to 10,000, but everything else from users is saying that you only go up to 1,000. And 1,000 I might have actually hit with a sheer number of layers that are being used to do blending layers. Can't really do much about that unless I start merging things down. I really don't want to start merging things down. It'd be really nice if there was actually a good way to know how many layers are sitting in here. Okay, so the layer that I'm most likely able to squash down would be the background, because in theory that could all stick together and stay static and not move. And I can just try my best to color all the parts as necessary. That will cut down on a good number of layers here. Or I'm going to have to go through and do all the lighting before I make more layers. That's really not very convenient for how I like to work on this file. Alright, let me just check something. At this current stage, I technically don't need the whatchamacallit, perspective ruler anymore, so the other choice, do I still have it installed? That's the other question. 2020. Okay, this might be a little bit janky for a moment while I try and do some do something here to try and make this workable. What's the best way to deal with this? Because the main reason I need the perspective ruler was to do the drawing, but and that's something that only works if it's in the CSP, not the PSD. But in theory, if I didn't save this out as a PSD, and then if I try to open this as... The other immediate choice is to actually just squash it down immediately and just not do an animation. That is a very, oh, that's the other way to deal with this whole problem that I'm having right now. Because if it's not a animation, then I can actually squash down nearly all of the parts and it will not be a problem. Is this progress? Okay. Didn't even read it properly. I just tried to load it into Photoshop, but half my layers aren't even showing up, even though apparently they're visible. Glorious. Oh wait, it says 50%. Is it still loading? PC at 50%. Why does it say at 50%? What the heck does it even mean this when it says at 50%? Only 50% of my stuff actually got loaded in. I think it actually is only 50% of my stuff got loaded in. What the heck happened to here? The head. Why is this not visible? Yeah, I couldn't read into Photoshop. Well, I could not read into Photoshop. What does it even mean when it says at 50%? Alright, well that didn't work. I don't really have a good way of dealing with this then, do I? Is there like a thing for layer, frame, layer, opacity when creating selected areas? No. Nope, it's literally just not letting me make new layers beyond 1,000, even though Clip Studio Paint itself claims to support up to 10,000. Was that only for animation and not for illustrations? It might only be for animations. Hmm. Alright, I'll see if I can work out something to say move through here. It's that very stupid fact that if I was doing this as just an illustration from the start, I'd be done by now. Alright, let's see. Now I'm thinking about where to redraw some parts, because now I don't need to account for some of the layers if it's just going to become a flat illustration. 'Cause I can definitely draw some of the parts a bit nicer. If I don't need to worry about anything layering on top of each other. Now let's just like 9% out of the way. Or I can realistically redo all of the color if I don't do each part at a time. Really have to decide if I need to do the parts in a smarter way. Alright, let me just save this as a separate file. Let's just save this again as a CSP. Hmm. Okay, what I would like to do again instead is, well, I need to turn up all of the color layers if I want to do this. Or I can slowly melt it down, I think. Yeah, I can redo a lot of this if I don't need to account for the pieces being able to move. Ah. Okay, yeah, I'd like to just redraw probably all of her hair, but also redo it as a single flat layer. There are a lot of parts that are very questionable. How was the best I do this? Trying to think if there's a good way to work around this huge amount of lines I have right now. I think if I merge down majority of these lines, might actually be able to have it behave in a way that works for what I need. Also, for all intents and purposes, let me just change the, let's change this. Okay, so if I go like that, then if I do this, then go like that. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's just genuine reality. I'd like to redraw everything if it came down to it. Alright, Hmm. Okay, if I redraw the lines, I can merge down the layers at the bottom. Then and start moving. Okay, it's probably honestly better if I shelve this for a bit while I think about how to best deal with this layer limit, which apparently is 9,000 layers less than what Clip Studio Paint is advertising, unless it's only for animations where you can go up to 10,000. Because basically what I'm gonna have to do is merge down a whole bunch of layers, and then ideally redraw a whole bunch of the parts in a cleaner fashion without having it to need to take account of the parts having to be separated, which would clean up the lines and the parts quite a bit. Well, it won't even be parts anymore, just clean up all the lines quite a bit, because it means that I'll actually be drawing to proportion and I'm not trying to awkwardly move them into position to have them sit in the right spot instead. So we'll put this away for a while, and instead, where is it? There we go. Work on this instead. Also, I'm gonna just change the thumbnail really quickly, so let me just... Where's my... Here we go. We're just gonna go ahead, go like that, right on top, then. And if anyone's wondering, this is literally how I make thumbnails. It takes like 30 seconds. We just wasted half an hour on me wallowing over this, but it's fine. Okay, let's just change that. Okay, so that should change the thumbnail, and that should change the title. And we'll just turn this off. And we'll turn this off. Alright, well. Alright, so the problem now is that I haven't actually really planned for this, so, I haven't really thought through what exactly I want to do here. It's like the main thing about having to make a stream room and everything on YouTube compared to Twitch. That I actually probably have thought through what I want to do before doing it. Screenshot those sneakers that I really need in my life. I think of the hair, so it's like that. It would be actually better to be able to poke out an ear here, which will sit about here. Hmm. Hmm. Bu- um. Hmm. 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 Hum. 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 Apologize, but I'm not really saying much at this point. A little bit ticked off with the layer count problem, because that is throwing a giant spinner into works. Hmm. Split this here. Hmm. 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 hum, hum, hum. Hmm. 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 It's not really anything else in particular that I'm looking at right now. I just draw. You know, let's try and actually draw a clean version of the base concept here. Oh, what's this? Oh, right. The hmm. Alright, what the heck is happening up here? How should this go? I'm also working on it with, you know, half a brain that is very vaguely thinking about it. Was more like, was it? I have to like switch my brain to think about it right now. Because I have to just switch over from something I was thinking about on how... Because I've been like, what? Usually before I start stream, I have a good plan of exactly what I want to do during the stream. So if I need to change the plans like this, usually the plan... Well, the plan's falling flat, but I have to like change how I'm thinking about what I'm doing on the spot. And I'll be frank, I don't have streamer brain, I have YouTuber brain. I can follow a script to some extent, but thinking on the go is less of a strong point. Why would you have to think about how to say everything on the go when you could just constantly do retakes? um... The other thing I could work on is actually some of the assets I need for the video that is still progressing very slowly. Given how slowly it's all progressing, that it might actually be a good idea to just like take this chance where I can't really get the original plan going to just work on it. But I'll probably finish up in a bit. This is because of how badly the general flow of today's ideas were thrown off. Uh, um, let's see if I can jumble together a version of this just to kind of have a feel of what it'll look like without all the lines interlapping all over the place underneath. Don't know if I actually want to do full circles all the way down to the bottom or not, but actually kind of gives us a bit of an ear look, which kind of works with how it's positioned as well. Got a slightly down view on the head. So what I'd like is probably to have this actually come in sharper. And then have the head be visible behind us. Oh dear. This is too far out. This is gonna be right here. Just down a bit more. I don't actually know how the best way to do this with just lines. Basically, this is just a whole bunch of strings. Is the best way to illustrate this. Yeah, just like to increase the... Increase the variance of the hair a little bit here. Um, really tell how liberal it was with some of the lines I did. Bring the eye a little closer to the side. So that the actual shot is a got a bit more of a looking at the camera kind of view. With a little bit of a dip on the chin, and then... Okay, so that's kinda how the head will look if we don't include the 10,000 different lines that make up all the bits underneath. Okay, maybe we'll just length. I don't really want to lengthen the neck here though. Just go into about where the collarbone starts, into the split that goes here, the remainder of the that. Why do I keep doing that? We want this to go... We want the defined color. Defined color will be like that. You need to have this go over the breasts, which will largely be at this angle straight. Good morning. I want this to hang off the body somewhere like here. Want this to bend into here. This needs to go into here. Then we want this to fold a little bit over, so that this is a little bit thicker than the actual line coming down. So that would have the armpit. We give a decent bit of space for the actual sleeve, make it nice and wide. Do we bring it inwards to make it more narrow as it goes towards the end here, we're going to say, oh, stop doing that. Let's go with a cuff here. We're gonna go over the top of the wrist, just kind of tight. Like so. Let's go that. And just cross that through. Haven't fairly got a hand reference to work with here, so we're just gonna leave the hand as this kind of weird wireframe down there. The backside comes into here. We're not going to be able to see the split in the dress, so just going to bring this round. This is going to bend in like this because we're going to have the harder material poking out underneath this that these kind of jackets have. Well, not really harder, but firmer. It's gonna go like this over the top of the arm. We just have to connect that. Then we want to go over the breast a little bit. So we've got to go... Oh wait. No, we need the bit that goes over the shoulder. So we've got the bottom of the dress and then the shoulder going over the top. Then this has to curve into like here, and then this goes out and will curve in about here. And these two letters finally down. It's almost like if I followed my guidelines, that'll actually just work. Okay, then this will just kind of hang downwards with gravity. Have a bump in a little bit as it comes inwards towards the bottom. This will kind of be facing the camera, and then we will bring the bit that goes over the breast. This will hang loose. And we'll just bring this down. And this will, on its own, create this shape as it goes around the body. As it hits the bottom. The best way to do this would be go like this. Okay, so then I need to do something now. With the arm coming through, the elbow would be about there. Let's give it a bit more generous space for the opening in the armpit, and then we're going to bring this bit. Actually, should I have the cuff? Actually, I think I'll go about the cuff. Go about this. Let's have it be a loose open end. So this will just go over the top. And we'll just have a bit of this going around the bottom. And if I can be bothered bring out a hand reference at some point, I'll do a proper hand, but not right now. So this will just kind of go around like so. Then the dress itself needs to be clipped over the top into the side of the body. You'll have connectors here that bind. Oh wait, no, there's a good one here, down, kind of. So the two layers of cloth are then bound here, here, here. Let's say we can kind of do the same pattern here, which is well, like this, this, this. Oh, that's a little big. Let me just see if I can draw this a little. That's still kind of huge, but whatever. Still a sketch in a rough. It can be a little bit wild. And I'll take another look at these kind of dresses to see what other kind of connections these can have, rather than these gigantic flowery kind of ribbons. So that's it's there. Then we have the front slit of the China dress coming down like so. That will be coming around the front of the body. It's loose, so we'll just give it some kind of varied cloth shape that's hanging straight down. Let me push my mouse off. Then the skirt needs to come out from underneath the jacket on both sides from the hip, which we're giving a bit of a generous buffer. Then we're going to have this kind of loose skirt that I haven't really decided what kind of material this is going to be, but we're just going to kind of say it's got a little bit of variance as it swings out and around behind everything here. That's not how skirts work. I'll just go like this. Go like that, cut that. Then we want the legs. Gonna go bare legs, probably. If not, then probably stockings or knee highs or some kind. I don't want the legs to actually be thinner rather than thick. Either way, they'll need to thin inwards as we get to the shoe, which is where this beautiful pic. Where did I put it? Okay, there we go. Give me this. Let me just also crop this image a little bit just so it's not quite as huge. Just take out the blank space around it. Actually, can I get rid of the white without destroying the actual shoe? Beautiful. Now it's nice and tiny, I can just look at it. Okay, so we kind of want the front part. The shoe's got to enlarge quite a lot here. Just wrap got it like crazy there. Let's go. We want this part to actually cover the whole front of the foot. So this will actually be wider than the leg, the calf. Even if it curves inwards as we go down. We're going to have the same shape here, where it kind of splits. Gonna be a little bit generous of how the shape actually looks, so that we're not doing an exact copy. But we're gonna have the same general idea. Then that curves into another piece, which while there's I think that's actually sitting on top of this piece. This is going to make up the core front portion that actually forms the front of the shoe. Oh yeah, we're still going totally out of frame. Hold up, let me just grab this whole thing and go. Okay, that works. Just lifted the whole thing up. We're going to kind of bring this around into... Actually, do I bother with this part? Although I'd actually just bring it up higher to make it easier to work with. Because you have, there's a second part here that goes round the back. But this bit is a little bit higher, it's just easier for me to work with at this point. It's fundamentally easier, there's not as many pieces back here. Or it's less of a hassle. Then from about where the heel would be, we're going to have the bit here, which I'm still not too sure what the functionality of this part is, but it exists. So we're going to also have that, which connects itself onto this. Which then connects itself like this, which then comes down into the heel like so, and you can actually distinctively bump this out. Drawing at this angle is really kind of weird. That then comes down, and then we start bringing it forward. And because of the more athletically perfect shape, it's more of a arc here before it reaches the part where it'll just be the top of the shoe that we're looking at. So we want to bring this arc kind of thin, and we'll kind of want to just make it so that the foot is directly on top of this part. I'm going to bring this all the way over the top, and we're kind of going to just hide the sole of the shoe that should be sticking out here a little bit. Kind of hide it like this. That doesn't work very well. That was kind of butchered by me at the end. Oh boy. I think we're not going to do quite as many parts. Honestly, I'll probably look at some other of these kind of laceless sneakers when we get around to the actual model illustration. I'm drawing a long layer. What the? Okay. Okay, so this needs to sit pretty much covering the front of the front side of the leg. This will pretty much merge straight onto the piece that goes over the top of the foot, like so. Then we have this part going around the leg. I feel like the whole shoe part needs to move forward a bit. Oh boy. Right, but basically it'll be something like this. Kind of. Wow, I butchered that. This goes down here, and then this needs to go like so. Oh, wait. Okay, let's just turn up Earth Bay. Oh, wait, no. So, the bit of cloth that comes out behind, when we're just letting this kind of like free flow with gravity and whatever else is happening here. Okay, well, I just kind of really jumbled this together, but you ignore the fact that there's no hands, because I don't really have the willpower to draw hands right now. It's kind of what this would look like as a single clean layer without 10,000 different lines sitting underneath. Once again, it's supposed to be intentionally a bit simpler, or as a Live 2D model, contain less parts. To streamline the full process a little bit while basically packing all of the high detail portions into the top of the body, or basically from shoulder up. And we can also say, like, maybe a bit of cleavage. Why not? Only a bit. We're saying not overly large this time, I think. A bit, but not too much. And yeah, one day there'll be hands, but not today. I don't know about right now. Alright, okay, so given how the plans were thrown completely out of whack, I think we'll just finish up here, and I'm gonna go sit down and think about what the heck I have to do about the other illustration now, because it seems that I don't have the layer limit to be able to facilitate at least editing all of the files or all of the layers within a single file. So if it stays as an illustration, I'm going to have to separate each part, at least until it's merged down, which makes it really messy to work with if I need to add lighting. That is actually the main problem, is lighting, not the actual coloring process. Coloring process I can do with file separated because it's just coloring each part separately with a general idea where the light's coming from. But lighting is something that really requires everything to be in the same thing together, so you can actually have an idea of how each part is contrasting against each other and how the light sources are kind of hitting everything. So what I think realistically is going to happen is it's going to turn into an illustration. Hopefully I'll finish it, which is a different matter. It might also be squeezed down a bit now, because if I don't need it to be suitable for animation, it means I can crop out a lot of the background, which was mostly filler for the camera to have space to move around if it needs to move slightly out of the sides of the frame. So I'll see how it goes, but at the very least, the plan for the more standard of making a VTuber model is going much more smoothly, and this should survive going into January, into February as the thing for Lunar New Year this year without any notable complications, at least that are foreseeable at this exact point. So at least that's going smoothly. Do I want that to sit there? Or do I want this to go more like here? Doesn't really work. Alright, so anyways, we're gonna finish up here a bit earlier than usual, but I really need to sit down and have a good old think about what I can possibly do to the animation that's probably going to become an illustration at this point, and see how I can salvage it and still have it done before the new year, which is not very far away at this point. Alright, so anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of what became some character work. Didn't really add much to the character sheet except for some details for the dress that's underneath panels, so you can't really see much of. Probably have some extra variations and add some stuff to do some patterning. Notably, once again, I need to learn how to draw basically Shinron on top of the China dress, so that's also going to be a great episode. So if you want to see more of this, remember to subscribe or follow, depending on what platform you're on. If you're not already doing so, leave a like because it helps me out, and I shall see you all next time.